Hey, it's Kat here, and in today's video we're going to be making this lovely chunky sweater. It's so cozy and warm, perfect for winter. And I'm using a half double crochet slip stitch, so it looks kind of just like knitting really. I'm going to make it nice and simple, so there's going to be a back panel and a front panel which are just the same, and then we're going to sew those across the shoulders and then add the arms and then collars, cuffs and waistband. Let's get into it. The materials you'll need for this project are Paint Box Yarns Wool Blend Super Chunky in the shade number 13. It's like this lovely taupey colour. A 10mm crochet hook, a tapestry needle and some scissors and a nice cup of coffee, which I've nearly drunk already. Right, we're going to start by making a slip knot and we're going to chain 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely, so we have our chain of 32 and now we're going to go onto row 1. We're going to go into the third chain from the hook and we're going to do a half double crochet slip stitch. So if you don't know this one, follow along. We're just going to yarn over, pop your hook into that third chain, pull up a loop. So you've now got 3 loops on your hook, and this first loop needs to be pulled through these 2. And it can be a little bit tricky, so you can use your thumb and forefinger if you need to. There we go. So that's your first half double crochet slip stitch. And now we're going to continue these all the way along the chain. Trust me, it is worth if you need to hold it with your fingers because it's such a beautiful stitch. So I'll meet you back at the end of the row with your half double crochet slip stitches. Here we go. So we've got our row 1 done. And now you've got 2 options. You can chain 2, or you can do a stacked single crochet for the end. I just do these sometimes because it makes the ends look neater and nicer. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. And because we're going into the back loop, you just put your hook into the back loop of this first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2. And you're going to do that a second time. So go into that little first stitch there, just like that. So you can just chain 2, that's absolutely fine as well, but it just adds a little kind of nicer end. So now we are going to do half double crochets in row 2, and we're going to go into the back loop. So yarn over, go into the next stitch in the back loop, yarn over again and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook and you are going to pull that first loop through these last 2. And we're going to do that all the way along the row. And we're going to do this again and again for 36 rows. Okay, my loves, I've got my 36 rows here, and so you should have something that looks a bit like this. These are where I joined the yarn. If you need to know how to join yarn, then I can do a tutorial on it. This is the front. So if you joined your yarn, obviously make sure that it's all at the back. And now you're going to do another panel, exactly the same as this. All right, so this is the front panel. Now we need to do the back panel, which will be exactly the same as this. I'll meet you here when you've done both panels. Right, now we have our front and back panels. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. It is a Saturday afternoon in British winter. Now we're going to sew these together across the shoulders. Using your end to sew your seam is always a good idea because it's like you're weaving it in and sewing up at the same time. So I'm going to go through here with the mattress stitch, and if I need to I can add more yarn on, but I need to make sure that this is very secure because it's got a lot of weight to carry. So I'm going to you can make your neckline as wide as you like. And my daughter Poppy actually wants me to make this quite wide. Kind of maybe it'll come off the shoulder. But you can do it where it's like a smaller neckline. It's totally up to you. So you want to do this on both sides of your shoulders. So I'll meet you back here when you've done this on both sides. Fab, so I've sewed up these, and I'm going to leave these here because I haven't finished the neck yet and the arms might make it very much wider. So I'm going to finish this off when I have done the arms. And talking of arms, I have done one already, which was extremely simple, which I'm going to show you how to do now. First of all, we're going to count 12 stitches down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's about there. And then we're going to join our yarn. So pull that through and chain 2. Oh. So that's counts as our first stitch. We are now going to half double crochet in all of these stitches up to the seam. So I'm going to go through like the 2 stitches on the outside, if you can find any. I've just got one. One side will be easier than the other side of doing this, but you want to end up with 12 half double crochet stitches up to the seam and then 12 down the back. Okay, so I've done my 12 stitches up to the top, and now I can actually open this up, if you like. So you're essentially doing 24 stitches in a row. Fabulous. 24 stitches. Chain 2. 1, 2. Turn. And then go. So this is our first stitch. Go into the back loop only, as you have before, for this whole thing. All right, so we're just going to go back and forth. So it's almost like a little panel here, and I'll meet you back here when you have done, oh, how many was this one? All right, so I've laid it out on the floor for you because it's rather large. And what I'm going to do now is just take this, hold it up like that, and flip it like this. So you have an actual garment looking thing. And the sleeves should look, yeah, quite symmetrical, you'd hope. Fabulous, so your two arms should be fully sewn up. Now, if you want to, you can finish the sleeves however you want. I'm going to gather them a little bit at the edges. So, at the ends, I mean, so it's going to kind of come a little bit more like this. And I'm going to use, I'm just going to single crochet around at first. I'm going to decrease a little bit. So I'm going to add another piece of yarn. Chain one. And I'm going to start single crocheting around in the back loop only. So I'm going to single crochet for the first one. And because I want this inched in, for the next stitch, I'm going to decrease. So I'm going to do my single crochet as I would, but then go into the next loop and pull up a loop as well. So I have 3 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. So you just decreased by 1. And I'm going to do this every other stitch. So I'm single crocheting the next one, and then the next, I'm going to decrease. That's 1. And then a decrease stitch. Oops. And you can see it kind of going inwards. So we're going to do this all the way round, and I'll meet you back here when you've done that. Now I'm back to the start. I can just find my starting point, which is here, and then do a slip stitch into that stitch, that first stitch. And then I have my smaller cuff. So now I'm back to the start. I'm just going to double crochet kind of around. In fact, I might do a linked double crochet. So I'm just going to chain, I need to add some more yarn here. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go into that stitch, bottom of that stitch, and then into the next. Pull through 2 and then pull through the next 2. So into the bottom of that stitch, pull up, go into the next stitch, pull through 2 and pull through the next 2. And I'm going to do that link double crochet all the way around. All right, so there we go. Just going to cast off there, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over, start at one side. You know how to join by now. Do exactly the same technique as we did for our cuffs at the end of our sleeves. So let's go single crochet, and then I'll decrease stitch. So 1, 1 in the next one, and then pull through all 3. And I know sometimes that can be seen as more of an amigurumi thing, but I find it works very well for this as well. Decrease, oops, single crochet, decrease all the way around, and then you're going to add a round of linked double crochet. So I'll meet you back when you've done that. You can see it's already kind of going inwards already. Fab. All right, so there's the decrease, and it's still quite wide, but it's nice and finished. And now we're going to add the linked double crochet. So exactly the same as what we did on the cuffs, but I'm going to chain 2, go into that stitch, then go into the first stitch in the foundation, and then pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and just do that all the way around, and then we can finish off. All right, so I've done my waistband, looking fabulous. And I'm going to do the same thing around the neck. You don't have to, but I think it will finish it off nicely because it will match all the other edges. So I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do my linked double crochet all the way around. If you want to make something even simpler than this using a really similar stitch, I have a video for a chunky baby blanket right here. I'll see you there.